onset of a midlife crisis, I think, so I sat there thinking about what I should be doing, what I've achieved, wanted to do something worthwhile, and having spoken with Shane a couple of years ago, he mentioned an event that he did that was similar. I just thought it was a fantastic idea, so we just started to investigate about events that we could do.
I suppose it started with my experiences of a number of years ago. I previously worked with a charity in Durban in South Africa called Habitat for Humanity, and we went to build some houses there about 7 or 8 years ago. That has stayed with me. It was a very worthwhile experience, and I must say I thoroughly enjoyed it. So when Neil Bennett suggested that we do something similar to it again, I was very much up for it. Around the same time, our CEO in South Africa at that time, Tim Legg, had introduced me to the charity Project-O. So when Neil mentioned it to me, I brought to his attention Project-O, and we did a little bit of investigative work on Project-O, and saw it to be a very worthwhile charity. So we decided to get involved in it then, and we put the idea to the rest of the business.
Well, Project-O is a charity set up by an English guy who moved out to South Africa with his wife. It's for AIDS orphans. Obviously they're not living in great situations. I think there's about 3 million AIDS orphans around the Durban area. And he's just trying to build homes for them. Just make a safer environment for these kids to grow up in that don't have. We need to raise £40,000 to actually get the house built. And we're going to go out there as well and help with the final week of the build. You know, give some of our time as well to help a good cause. With James Harrison and Mark Bennett, we're doing the Yorkshire 3 Peaks Challenge, which it's a marathon over the mountains around the Yorkshire Dales. It covers the 3 highest peaks in the Yorkshire Dales. I have done it before in the past, but I was a lot younger and a lot fitter then, so I think the other 2 guys don't really understand how difficult it's going to be. But you know, I'm under no false perception of how hard it's going to be, and I'm going to be pretty tired afterwards.
We're going to do a 26-mile marathon over 3 mountains, 3 peaks, Pen-y-ghent, Vernside and Ingleborough. It's up in Yorkshire. We're going to try and do it within 12 hours. It's myself, Neil Snowden and Mark Bennett, 3 of us doing it. None of us are particular athletes in our own right, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and we're hoping to do it between 8 and 12 sponsorship form. We've put a poster on reception with the 3 of us dressed up in khaki uniforms looking stupid, and people within our building are sponsoring us, and it's just a case of just rallying around friends, family and people that we work with to get sponsorship. Some people are doing it on a per mile basis because they don't think I'm going to make it, because you probably can't see, but I'm wearing flip-flops and I've been suffering from gout for the last 3 weeks, so they only think I'm going to do 3 miles, but any amount will suffice from anybody really.
We had a number of fire alarms in the building a few months ago, and it means working on the 12th floor you have to walk down 13 flights of steps in total, and because the lifts are out of action you have to walk back up again. So I kind of got thinking as I drive to work that, you know, what is the actual height of the building, and what's kind of involved with it, and I thought, well, you know, what's an achievable target? And I thought, well, you know, Everest, that's only sort of 28,804 feet high, so you know, the building's 59 metres and the 12th floor's 45 metres above the ground. So yeah, rough sort of calculation, sort of back of a beer mat kind of thing, it's 200 flights up. So you go, oh, I could do that. Then everyone says, oh well, no, you're mad. But no, I think I can. Basically I'm going to split it up into probably about 4 or 5 days, doing about 4 hours a day. So I hope to do about them in batches of basically 10 elevations in an hour, be able to have a bit of a rest, bite to eat, answer phone calls, do some work, and then probably wash and then go around and do it again. So I have been doing training. I've been working out at home for about an hour every day. Also during the day, not using the lifts or the magic box, as I like to refer to it now, because it takes 20 seconds to go up instead of 3 minutes. It is hard work, and I've had a few people look at me on the way up the stairs thinking, do we call an ambulance? And yeah, they're probably right. So.
Firstly, Neil Snowden and I have set up a sweepstake for the World Cup, so everybody pays £10 for a team, and then the winner gets £100 and the remaining 220 goes towards the Project-O charity. So that's happening in June. And then secondly, I've also set up a bonus ball scheme for the lottery that's drawn on a Saturday, so everybody pays £1 a week for their ball. They win £20 if their ball comes out, and the remaining £29 goes towards the charity, so the two in total should raise around £1,000. I've also been donated a full ball for the Forest of Arden by my next door neighbour, who's the director of golf there, so I'm planning to auction that off and raise more than £400 for it.
I've done a number of internal events. There was a raffle to win a holiday. Obviously the prizes were limited. We didn't have a holiday to the Caribbean, so I was raffling off just an additional day's holiday for staff. That was very successful. We raised in excess of £500 through several of our offices. So much so that I decided that people were that interested that they'd actually buy a day off. So I'm also selling days holidays to members of staff as well. There are a couple of external activities I'm trying to organise. There's a sponsored dog day. I don't have children of my own, I'm more of an animal person, so myself and my local dog trainer are setting up an event at a local park. We're going to do a bit of a sponsored dog walk. There'll be agility training there, there'll be some Good Citizens Award training, we'll have dog fancy dress, which is a bit sad, but also a number of doggy stalls so that the owners have got something to look at whilst they're walking the dogs around. There's been a fantastic response from all our different offices. Obviously we're an international company, we've obviously got offices in South Africa. They've had a pledge from one of their clients towards our cause. They're also attending the event. Our Irish office are actually going out and doing some backpacking in Tesco's. Whilst it doesn't sound very exciting, it actually is a very great donator. They're looking to raise about £1,000 per day that they do in Tesco's. Australia, they're running the Sydney Marathon. One of our board members is hitting a significant age this year, and as he's made noises about doing marathons in the past and hasn't actually achieved it, him, some other employees and some friends and family are actually running the Sydney Marathon. One of our account managers in Australia, she's never run a marathon before. Part of her training is to do the half marathon along the Great Beach Road. She's actually selling parts of her body for sponsorship so that we can raise money throughout. Go onto Facebook and search on Oxygen8 Charity Build. You'll see our information page. You'll see a list of all the bizarre and wonderful events that we're setting up. You might receive a group invite. It's not to actually attend unless you can and want to attend to them. It's just to raise awareness of what's going on, who's doing what, and what money we need to raise for the good causes. There's also videos of the project on the house build link, and we'll also keep you up to date with pictures and videos of people doing silly things for charity.